A black market mercenary with nothing to lose is on a mission getting close to being impossible, finding the kidnapped son of an imprisoned international drug lord. But will he be successful? Hello, and welcome to our channel. Get a chance to be featured in our future videos by suggesting underrated movies for us to recap. Just drop a comment down below. So today we'll be recapping and reviewing the action film Extraction. Let's check it out.
The movie starts with a man named Tyler, a former special forces operator. He is out on his mission on a bridge in Bangladesh. He appears to have wounds all over his body after a shootout with gangsters. He also has trouble walking and is heavily bleeding at the same time. The setting then shifts to a high school in India. A boy named Ovi is riding in a luxury car with his friends who decided not to go straight home. He hangs out with them in a fancy restaurant and he saw his crush. Seiju, who is in charge of security and also Ovi's protector, reprimands the boy for his actions. Because Ovi is the son of an Indian drug lord, Seiju's top priority is his protection. Even though Ovi is well off, he's not happy. He is alone most of the time because his father limits what he can do and who he can be with. One night, he sneaks out of the house to have fun in the bar. At the party, one of his friends invites him to the car park for a smoke. Suddenly, a group of corrupt police officers has shown up and shot his friend in the head, killing him immediately. After that, the cops kidnap Ovi. The next day, Seiju travels to Mumbai, India, where Ovi's father is serving his sentence. He immediately informs him that the boy was kidnapped. His father is furious because he failed to do his duty to keep his son safe. Since paying the ransom would damage his reputation, Ovi's father instructs him to do whatever it takes to reclaim his son, or else Seiju will lose his own little boy.
Since Ovi's father is in jail, all of his assets are frozen, and that means they won't be able to pay the ransom or hire a special force to save Ovi.
Seiju then talks to his wife about the situation. He tells her he'll hire someone to rescue the boy even though it will cost a lot. But since they have limited funds, Seiju has a secret plan to get Ovi back without them having to spend more. The sequence then turns to Tyler and his friends chilling out somewhere in Australia. He then jumps off a cliff into a lake. He pauses for a moment at the bottom, holds his breath, and recalls some events from his past. Tyler had returned home to find a helicopter in his yard where a gorgeous woman named Nick awaited him. She states that they have a mission to rescue the abducted son of an Indian drug kingpin. The one responsible for Ovi's kidnapping is Amir, a mob boss, and his father's rival. Based on the information gathered, Ovi is being held captive in Dhaka, Bangladesh. When Tyler heard the name Dhaka, he thought of his colleague Gaspar, who also lives in that city. Nick says that Gaspar has retired from underground work. After Nick leaves, Tyler starts gearing up for the mission. On the other hand, Seiju is also getting ready to go to Bangladesh. Arriving in Dhaka, Tyler and Nick meet with their teammates for a briefing, where they talk about all the ways they could save Ovi and predict what Amir's men will do. On the mission, Tyler receives a call from Amir's goons, and they take him somewhere right away. Ovi's kidnappers ask Tyler to give them the ransom, but he wants to make sure that Ovi is still alive and well. After showing that the boy is alright, they urge him to give them the money, and by that point, one of Tyler's teammates, a skilled sniper, kills several of Ovi's captors. This allows Tyler to kill the rest of the kidnappers. He then sets Ovi free and immediately takes him. The action then switches to Amir, who is joined by some of the youngsters accused of stealing from him. A boy from the group was tossed off the building's roof, even if not proven guilty. Amir also ordered one of the boys, Farhad, to cut his 2 fingers off for misleading him. Colonel Rashid, head of the local police, interrupts them and reports that Ovi has escaped. Amir then instructs Rashid to put Dhaka on lockdown ASAP, securing all of the bridges and exits of the city. Going back to Tyler, the man stops somewhere to change his clothes and get his weapons ready, as he was about to take Ovi to the extraction point. While this is happening, Nick and her teammates call Ovi's father's men and instruct them to pay up since Ovi would soon be picked up and transported to India securely. Nick asks for the money within 7 minutes. Tyler's mates were waiting for them by the river when suddenly they were attacked by an unknown man. The sniper and his other comrades were killed. On another site, Nick and her crew realize that they have been scammed when Ovi's father's men fail to transfer the money.
Later, it turns out that Seiju was the one who killed Tyler's colleagues. He was forced to do so because there weren't enough funds to pay Tyler and his team.
Seiju then sees Tyler and Ovi rushing back to where they came from. He then tries to kill Tyler so he can save Ovi himself. At the same time, Colonel Rashid finds out where they were and immediately deployed his men to hunt them down. Tyler then tries to avoid Seiju's attack while also saving himself and Ovi from Rashid's troops. During a firefight with Colonel Rashid's military unit, Seju shows up again and attacks Tyler, so the two of them fight hand to hand. In the middle of all the chaos, a car suddenly crashes into Tyler, so Seju escapes to save Ovi. He was right on time just before Colonel Rashid's soldiers had the boy again. But Tyler startled Seju and hit him with a truck. He then commanded Ovi to get in and they sped off. On a deserted road, Tyler told Ovi to jump out of the vehicle as it was bound to hit something and then set fire. He did it to leave no trace. Seju, on the other hand, is still alive, but has no idea what happened to Tyler or Ovi. Knowing that Ovi is not yet found, Amir orders Colonel Rashid to gather all of his units to capture Ovi and eliminate Tyler. Tyler calls Nick to let her know what's going on. Nick then warns Tyler about Seju, who happens to be a former Special Forces officer like him. She also set up a helicopter to take Tyler outside the city and tells him to give up Ovi since it's a void contract. But Tyler won't leave Ovi behind because he reminds him of his own son, whom he had abandoned when he couldn't stand seeing him suffer from lymphoma any longer. A badly injured Seju calls his wife to tell her about his situation and then asks her to take their son as far away as possible if he can't save Ovi. Meanwhile, Tyler is firm that he won't abandon Ovi, so Nick finally tells him which bridge would be the extraction point where the helicopter would get them. After escaping Seju and the unlawful tactical units of Asif, Tyler then faces and beats a group of young criminals led by Farhad, a boy very eager to impress Asif. Surviving the attack, he then calls his friend Gaspar, where he and Ovi chose to lay low for the evening. When Gaspar comes back, Tyler realizes something is wrong, and eventually finds out that Gaspar did work with Amir. Gaspar tells Tyler that Amir has put a $10 million bounty on Ovi, which he offers to split if Tyler lets him kill the boy. He refuses, so they fight. And just as Gaspar is about to kill a helpless Tyler, Ovi appears out of nowhere and shoots him.
After what happened, Tyler calls Seju, and they both agree to work together to get the boy safely out of Dhaka. He plans to divert attention away from a disguised Seju and Ovi as they pass through a bridge checkpoint. Then he'll follow them and cover their escape.
The next day, Tyler begins shooting at Colonel Rashid's men to distract them from Seju and Ovi as they flee via car. Nick has also prepped her team and weapons to assist Tyler. When Seju gets to the bridge, Colonel Rashid's men are doing inspections and saw through the disguise. A shootout was unavoidable, with Seju protecting Ovi while he fights off several of Rashid's men. From afar, Amir watches the fighting on the bridge through binoculars. He then orders Colonel Rashid to dispatch additional men to the location to stop Ovi's rescue plan. After eliminating all of Rashid's men on the street, Tyler quickly follows Seju and Ovi. On the other side of the bridge, Nick and the remaining mercenaries are in a fierce battle with Rashid's troops, aided by a helicopter. Nick successfully gets the enemy's helicopter to crash. However, Rashid quickly responds to Nick's attack by trying to bring down the extraction team's helicopter. Rashid was even able to kill Seju with a sniper shot before Nick gunned him down from a distance just as he was about to kill Tyler. Tyler is badly hurt, but he still tries to save Ovi and tells him to run as fast as he can to where the extraction helicopter has landed. He then begins shooting and killing all of Rashid's guys to clear the path. Unfortunately, Farhad shot Tyler in the neck when he was about to follow Ovi. Seeing that the kid is safe, Tyler then falls into the river, reminiscing about memories of his son. Ovi, Nick, and the extraction squad reach Mumbai safely. 8 months later, Ovi returns to school and is about to swim at the school pool. He dives into the pool, stays underwater, and holds his breath, echoing the scene where Tyler was introduced. Meanwhile, Nick surprises Amir in a casino restroom and promptly shoots him. The movie ends with Ovi coming out of the water and recognizing a man who looks like Tyler.
Extraction has a fairly average plot, but it is elevated by superb action and outstanding performances, incredible gunfights, and close quarters combats. It's a little bit John Wickish, you might say, but with a greater action choreography. The film has breathtaking takes and vicious battle sequences showing the actual brutality of war. The Indian kid and Chris deliver some extra sharp acting. Overall, Extraction is an underrated 2-hour film that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Please subscribe to our channel to be notified when we upload. And don't forget to suggest in the comments down below movies that you want us to recap in the future.